Imagine if I somehow just got 100 comments in this just saying meow. Anyways, we're here reacting to a JaidenAnimations video, and it's been a while since we reacted to her. The last time we reacted to her was our video talking about her cat Tostada. And now we're here to react to her new video about her cat Tostada. Yeah. Talking about my cat again. That's the title of this, yep. I don't really know what else to say for this intro. We're gonna see JaidenAnimations talk about her kitty cat. Yeah. So without further ado, I will leave JaidenAnimations channel and the link to the original video all in the description below as usual. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff because it helps out a lot and it's very much appreciated. Without further ado, let's jump right the video now, shall we? I'm not redoing that intro, that was perfect.
I was really surprised with how many people enjoyed hearing about Tostada.
Well, why wouldn't they? It's a kitty cat.
There were a lot,
Yeah.
so it's about time.
It's a kitty cat, why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they like Tostada? It's adorable.
Might tell more stories because she's somehow gotten even more creaturous since the last video.
Nice.
Tostada, we can say she's gotten very needy as well as very comfortable with using her voice. There's been plenty.
Well, that's just, well, not the voice, using her voice things, but cats being needy, nothing new with that. Using her voice, I get, she has something to say. She has something to say.
Of times where I'll be working in silence until she waltzes into the room and disturbs the peace by meowing and yelling to beg for attention. I always give in whether I have the time or not, but it's unintentionally taught her that if she just—
And then as soon as she gives her attention, she'll be like, alright, I'm done. Alright, I'm done. I know I was annoying you for like 5 minutes straight, but this 20 seconds of head patting, yeah, that's enough. Alright, I'm gonna go wander off somewhere else. Wonder if that's what happens.
Gets louder and louder. Eventually, she can get her scratches. By being kind, I've created a very pathetic and loud cat. Sometimes Tostada will walk into the other room, get confused that no one is around, and start echolocating for help until I shout for her, to which she prances happily into the room as if she wasn't just distraught. I don't know if she does this because she actually is lost, or she just wants to hear me call for her.
It might be both.
But it happens multiple times a night. Once Tostada was downstairs and howling for me to call her, so I walked out to the area above the stairs where she could see me, but something must have not connected right in her little brain because instead of going up the stairs that she goes up and down every day, I watched her blank little eyes glaze over, trying to compute what to do. Mom's up there. Tostada's down here. Tostada wants to go up to Mom. Walking forward doesn't go up.
Yep.
Mom's making circles with her hands. Pointing. Don't understand.
She's like, I'm lazy. Come here, do it yourself.
Tostada wants to go to Mom. She forgot going up the stairs takes her upstairs.
Yep. Well, yeah, clearly, kitty cat's brain isn't working the best, but it's still hilarious. All right. Then again, I mean, that should be noticeable because you take one look at the thing's eyes and you know, not much going on up there. There isn't much going on up there. Like the fact that we're portraying Tostada as being able to form these thoughts is already impressive enough. But hey, what I know, all cats are some form of difference that is impossible to study and figure out entirely. Yeah.
If she really needs my attention and howling nonstop hasn't worked, Tostada started pawing at me. She's really not all that coordinated, so I'll be doing something and suddenly feel the shakiest little paw on my arm. One morning, I woke up to a shaky paw on my face. So guess how I wake up every single day now?
Shaky paw.
Tostada learned on my computer because it's... Wake up every single day now.
There's multiple reactions that could be had to waking up to this. There's multiple reactions, yeah. Either terrified, you're gushing because it's the cutest thing ever, or you have no response to it because you've gotten used to it at this point, or you're just tired. Yeah.
Tostada loves to lay on my computer because it's so warm, but since her balance is so god-awful, she's fallen off way too many times for me to believe she's got any sense of cause and effect. Normally, she'll notice just a moment too late and struggle to catch herself in whatever pitiful way she can. But the most recent time, she just did not wake up at all and bounced off the floor like a bowling ball. Poor thing opened her eyes and all she could muster was a confused little At some point, Tostada realized she absolutely loves getting little head kisses, so she comes over and begs for them multiple times a day. This is very cute, and I love giving them to her, but there was a time I was too busy to stop what I was doing, so after meowing and shaky pawing, she discovered a new way to ask for attention, standing directly in front of my face and headbutting me in the mouth. I don't know how she consistently innovates.
Yep, that's one of the... Alright, maybe there is something going on in this little critter's head. Yeah. And the thing that's going on in its head is, give me attention. Give me attention. Thing's developing its own master's degree at give me attention, basically.
New ways to get me to pay attention to her, but can't connect the brain wires to remember how to leave a room by herself. We discovered that she has a favorite Pokemon. When Tostada isn't sitting on my neck with her heavy-ass paws or falling off my computer, she's typically at her follow-up spot, which is curled up on my life-size Furret plush. I have a Furret sitting behind a
I imagine a lot of small animals would curl up on a giant Furret plushie. Yeah. They've got a bunch of those, by the way. Like, you know, there's like one for like a whole Garchomp. You know that? There's one. And then, of course, there's one for Gardevoir. I'm not even going to get into that. We're going to get back in the video. Yeah.
Other plushes up against a window, so I think it was the perfect setup for her to feel safe and secluded while also being able to look out the window to chirp at the birds and squirrels outside, which is really cute. I didn't realize cats could do that. Eventually, I think she just started associating Furret as a bed because she started sitting on another Furret plush I own. Tostada loves Furret a lot. It's her favorite and it's adorable. So one of her favorite things to do is sniff. I know it's a common cat thing, but Tostada out-sniffs the other cats combined by an insane margin. And for really no reason other than it brings her joy. I walked around our home with Tostada held up as high as I can get her so she can explore all the scents she's too small to experience. I can tell she enjoys it because she purrs real loud the whole time in between inhales. And I've somehow taught her the command, wanna sniff. I'll say it while stretching out something new, and she happily prances over to take giant whiffs for a little too long. Tostada particularly enjoys sniffing freshly sipped water bottles. I'll take a swig, and somehow she spawns next to me with her peepers, knowing I know what she wants.
It's Tostada's summoning ritual. Yeah, just take a sip out of the water, and then it's gonna come up to sniff it. Yeah. Tostada's like, you people get off of inhaling weed, I get off of inhaling everything else. Yeah.
I swear I don't have bad breath though. Don't spin it in that direction. My breath is fine and minty and fresh. It's the cat that's abnormal. There's only one scent she despises, and that's orange juice. Apparently, cats have a natural aversion to citrus in general, but it feels like it hits Tostada harder than average because she makes the most upset, betrayed face before running out of the room. Despite knowing the scent of orange juice and knowing she doesn't like it, she still comes over and begs to take a whiff every time orange juice is in the cup because she's completely blinded.
Maybe this time it'll be different.
By her love of sniffing water. The result is always the same. It's like watching her be prisoner to her own mind. But one fateful day, Jacob and I witnessed Tostada encountering something even more potent and evil than orange juice. We were cleaning up the kitchen from hanging out with some friends the night before. Tostada jumped onto the counter and spotted something she's never seen before. An open bottle of alcoholic margarita mix. Before we could even warn her, she hopped on over, took a sniff of the opening. And I crossed my heart, I'm not exaggerating. Did a backflip in revulsion. Part of me felt like I failed.
Jesus.
Exaggerating. Did a backflip in revulsion. Part of me felt like I...
Backflip and revulsion. Jesus Christ. That's crazy. Being so repulsed by something, they do a goddamn backflip. Like, holy hell. It's probably what it's like whenever you get rejected by, like, a gymnast or something. They just backflip away. Which would hurt a lot. Yeah. But that is some major... Tostada's more repulsed by alcohol than me, apparently. Like, Jesus. Granted, I've never had alcohol, but I intend to keep it that way. So, yeah. No.
I failed as a cat parent to protect this innocent thing from the horrors of what true stench could look like. And the other part of me was just laughing on the floor. It was so funny. You guys...
I mean, the cat did a backflip out of repulsion to smelling alcohol. That's... Of course you're gonna... Anyone who wouldn't laugh at... If you don't laugh at that, I'm just assume that you can't laugh at anything. Because, like, I know it sucks that, you know, Tostada sniff something that it really does not like. But doing a... Being so repulsed to do a goddamn backflip is insane and hilarious. Oh, Christ.
I already know Tostada's super paranoid with noises. There's not a single sound she doesn't think means instant threat. But I should mention there's an asterisk, because for some reason, any noise I make is completely fine. Jacob scoots the chair a bit, deer in headlights. I open mouth sneeze in her face, must have been the wind. A plush falls off the shelf and lands softly on the carpet, running for her life. I suddenly burst out into a coughing fit, doesn't even care, doesn't care. Those examples might actually...
It's like, you're the exception, I know I'm safe with you.
To be fair, be related to the fact Tostada loves when I get sick.
Oh.
Even though I'm coughing and hacking and sniffling at full volume, the only thing she cares about is that I'm in bed all day, which means she gets to cuddle way more than normal. I really enjoy it. She keeps me company while I sit there rotting and
cute.
watching movies all week. The only complaint I get from her is if I cough a little too long, she gives me a side eye like I'm ruining our awesome little relaxation day together. But yeah, besides that,
He's like, Mom, shut up. We're trying to enjoy this movie with you.
Cat is scared of everything else that does not pertain to me. When I got the Tostada plush in the mail, she actually hated it and wouldn't go anywhere near the thing. Her tail got real big and fluffy, and her eyes somehow got even rounder as she froze in fear for her survival against herself. Apparently, she wasn't the only one. A bunch of my friends also said their cats hated the Tostada. My overall findings estimated...
I guess they all... You know, that actually reminds... Anyone remember some of those, like, cat videos where, like, you know, a cat would see, like, some form of, like, plush or figurine of, like, some other cat, and they would just absolutely hate it? Like, just absolutely detest the thing? Sometimes even straight up attack it or whatever? Anyone, like, seen one of those? The most recent thing I can remember of that is, like, this one where a cat is attacking, like, a tiger plushie. That's the most recent thing that comes to mind. There's, like, a few of them, but that's the one that comes to mind. Which, I mean, yeah, I know it's a tiger plushie, but it's the size of the cat, and the cat was just not having any of it with that. Now that comes to mind is just the one that just looked like a normal cat plushie, and yeah, it was... with the meows, with the sounds that cat was making towards that thing, it sounded like it was saying slurs when I was about to commit a hate crime. So saying this isn't really too surprising whenever I think about it, but... yeah.
Around...
maybe one cat will like it. Maybe one cat, yeah. Watching people watching me buy one and say, like, alright, let me test out if my cat likes it or not.
50-50 split on whether a cat will love the Tostada merch plush or try to gouge out its jugular. I unironically think the giant cartoon eyes perfectly trigger their built-in instincts to say this stuffed animal is a giant predator. So all I'm saying is if you get the Tostada plush that's now an evergreen product on my merch site, just to see if your cat is a Tostada lover or hater, you'd be contributing to the community field research. It was a bit
neat.
too hot out last summer, so I turned on my ceiling fan for the first time. Tragically, since Tostada's never seen it move before, she was petrified and refused to come into my bedroom anymore. Normally, her fears don't interrupt her or my daily life, but I was really upset she wouldn't fall asleep curled up on me anymore. The fear of the in-motion fan overpowered her love of bedtime, and it was a dark period for the household. Eventually, I was able to condition her to the fan, but she still needs to look directly at it for a bit every once in a while to make sure it isn't gonna fall down and slices into cubes.
Right.
How ironic it is that my birds, who can be killed by a ceiling fan, have no fear of them at all, but my cat, who
Yeah, that's... Yeah, that makes sense.
cannot be killed by the ceiling fan, needed exposure therapy. I think the objectively wackiest thing Tostada is actively terrified of is Frasier after he gets a haircut. Once a year, we take Frasier to get his fur shaved down because it gets way too long for him to take care of, and he quite literally will try to slit our wrists if we try to brush him. It's been the best system.
Yeah, that's... That makes sense. Like, I've seen videos of cats being brushed and everything, and them making some of the most horrific sounds known to man ever. Like, either out of aggression or what makes it sound like they're in pain, but they're just getting brushed. Like, I'm out here thinking the cat is, like, experiencing some brutal, like, infliction of pain on it, and then you go in and it's just getting brushed. That's it. Reminds me of whenever I worked in retail. You know, you hear some stupid kid crying its eyes out and everything, and just like absolutely devastated because they can't have a toy. But whenever you're from a distance, you think that they're just like, you know, you just think they're getting like stabbed with a screwdriver or whatever. But then you look and it's just that they couldn't, their mother didn't let them have a toy or something. Yeah, and that's what that reminds me of.
That works for all of us. Excluding Tostada, because she suddenly doesn't recognize him anymore in the slightest and is horrified at the scary new intruder in her home. From her point of view...
Yeah, that actually goes for... that actually checks out, because I actually just got a haircut recently, and whenever I came in, my dog did not recognize me at all. Because I went like almost a whole year without getting a haircut, so my hair was growing down to like almost like Asmongold hair, and then I come in... I'm in after getting a haircut, getting it all short again and everything. She does not recognize me at all. She had to come up and sniff me and everything. Like, she's barking at me like an intruder just walked in. Then she comes in and sniffs me like, oh, it's just you. Yeah. So it also goes for people, too. It's not just cats. It goes for people. It goes for people, too, yeah. Because, like, my Nana, she had whenever one of her, dogs got a haircut, the others, they did not like it at all. Like, it was like, it's now 1 dog and 3 cats. It used to be 3 dogs and 3 cats, but 2 of them have sadly passed away. Rest in peace. But, one of them got a haircut once, and then they were not happy. The cats, they did not like the dog at all for the whole time after they got a haircut. Like, they were straight up hissing and everything. They were not a fan of that. So, yeah, this checks out.
This is her best friend get hauled out the door and go missing for an hour until some strange ugly freak comes in to replace him, and no one seems to care. The first time this happened, Tostada was so distraught that she actually hissed at him, and up until that point she hasn't hissed at anything, so I knew she was going through levels of distress she's never experienced in her tiny sheltered life. Plushie. We would try to mediate and help her realize the scary flat cat was actually her buddy Frasier all along. Tostada, you love Frasier. He's been around all your life. You cuddle on the couch together all the time. Just take a sniff. I assume it's probably the shampoo that the groomer uses that washes away.
I mean, that very well could be it. Yeah.
Frasier's familiar.
That's one thing I never take into account too much, despite Jaiden talking about the sniffing, is how the cats react to smell. I never really take that into account.
Scent, and then of course he looks different, so nothing about Frasier is recognizable to Tostada at all anymore. We quite literally have to wait out an entire week for him to grow his fur back out a little and have his natural smell return. Of course, Frasier is very vain, so he takes a hit to his ego every time Tostada freaks out and runs away from him. We watched so many times as he tries to show her that he's the same old Frasier. He'll sit in the doorways of rooms she's in, slowly try to approach and get close to her, but every time is the same story. It's not
just accidentally terrorizing Tostada on accident just because of the haircut. And it's like, it's just me, friend. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared.
a great week for anyone. Despite Tostada's fears and general anxiety, there is a ray of hope amongst it all.
Oh?
I have no idea how or why, but Tostada gets brave at night. We could have friends over all day and not see a single Tostada sighting, but once the clock strikes 9 p.m., suddenly there's a little silhouette staring at us from the doorway. As long as it's nighttime,
soon as 9 p.m. hits, it's swapped to extrovert mode, I guess.
And the noise is bearable, Tostada will come out to greet and sniff and rub up on the people she was previously terrified of for reasons I have yet to understand. I know cats like to be active at night and stuff, but Tostada seemingly sheds all her shyness and crippling anxiety in an instant and becomes a completely different cat. My only working hypothesis is that she gains strength knowing her beloved bedtime is right around the corner, and that somehow acts as
hey, that could be it. I mean, we all love our bedtime, all right? There's lots of things we would do for our bedtime, so that could be it.
Bit of newfound courage, but I don't know. I just really think she somehow decided nighttime was safe, and there's no reason behind it because her brain is an enigma. I'm glad she can defeat the voices, though.
Yeah, like, why don't we have scientists study the mind of certain cats and figure out how they work instead? That'd be something to do. That's like a side quest.
Please make sure she gets lots of hugs and kisses every time, so it really encourages her. Alright, so a bit ago, Tostada was wheezing every once in a while, so I took her to the vet, who diagnosed her with light bronchitis. I assume it was because she went through a phase where she would eat dust. They prescribed her some antibiotics, and it was then my responsibility to make sure she eats a pill twice a day for the next week.
Yeah, that's... That's gonna be some. I've never had to get a pill to a cat or anything, or any animal. I've never had to do that ever in my life. But I've seen what it's like, and... See, I love cats. I'll never not like cats. But if and I'll do anything for cats. Like, and I've even given a cat a bath at times, and that thing has absolutely tried to brutalize me before. Whenever I did that a few times with the cat I used to own until it ran away, which was very sad. That was the thing. Yeah, it got out of the house and then it just didn't come back. Damn, that was not a good summer. That was a horrible summer. Point is, though, the most thing I've done like that is give a cat a bath, and that thing did not like it at all. It liked being comforted after that, being dried off and being held and everything, but it did not like the whole bath process. Like, you give a cat a bath, you're gonna have to wear, like, riot gear gloves just so it doesn't, just absolutely brutalize you. And then we're just like, oh, that's totally not the worst thing that... And then we're like, I was like, there's probably nothing worse than having to give a cat a bath. And then I'm like, oh, right, you have to give cats pills sometimes. Yeah, we have to somehow figure out how to make it ingest a pill. Yeah, because that's going to be fun. Because again, not only do you have to somehow figure out how to get it to get the pill in its mouth, you need to make sure it actually swallows it and doesn't spit it out too. Because even then, sometimes you get it in there and it just spits it out. And I'm just like, oh no. Like, it's probably not a fun thing. Like I said, I've never had to do it, but I've seen videos of like what it's like having to do that. And let me tell you, it does not seem that fun. For either the person giving it to their cat or the cat either. Like, we know they gotta do it, but it's just like, oh no. Oh boy, let's see how this arc goes.
As you can imagine, being that this was Tostada's first time having medicine, it was not gonna be easy for both of us. The first attempt was a learning experience. I managed to get the pill in her mouth and
Right.
did the little trick where you rub a cat's throat to make sure they don't spit it back up. But since I just gave her the pill with no treats or anything, I watched as she gagged at the taste of it for a bit.
Oh.
It was not easy to look at. I
Yeah, I
felt really
imagine it
bad.
wasn't.
Determined to try and give her a better
I didn't even
experience.
think of that. Oh.
I decided to put the pill in a small ball of cheese.
Okay.
You know, cats love a little cheese treat. Except Tostada, because of course she's not normal in even that regard. This so-called cat hasn't showed a single shred of interest in human food ever, because I don't think it registers in her mind what we eat is also food she could technically also eat, and it objectively tastes better in every aspect. It's been great because she never begs for food, unlike others. But now, when I present to her a tasty cheese ball with absolutely no antibiotics in it, she has no idea what to do with it. Eats dust and gives herself bronchitis, but doesn't want to eat cheese. So I was left to force feed cheese twice a day to the only animal in the world that doesn't want cheese. She's all better now, and I would bet money she's forgotten all about the week where I suddenly turned evil for no reason. But walking into her presence with a cheese ball made me feel like I was dragging her down to hell twice a day. Jacob and I were going on a long road trip and planned on taking the cats with us. Taylor and Frasier have experienced both being in a car and being in a car for an extended amount of time before, but we knew poor Tostada was gonna struggle. The main question was, how upset was she gonna be? Tostada is a homebody. She has no desire to ever leave the house, does not want to experience
because it's gonna be something.
anything new, hates anything that has to do with outside. If it were up to her, every day would be the exact same, everything would be controlled and predictable, zero adventure at all, forever and ever, because she has no concept of time and death. We knew ripping her away from her beloved home just for a bit to sit in a loud, scary vehicle that carries her further and further away from the world she's so attached to would be not her preferred way to spend the day. We packed up the cats in their carriers and didn't even get fully out the door until Tostada let out the loudest howl I believe a cat can physically make.
Oh no.
This might be the worst day of her entire life. On the road, we let them out of their carriers so they could be as comfortable as possible. Frasier sat on the middle console as if he was a co-pilot to the ride. Taylor sat in the back on top of all her snacks and bags.
And did Tostada zoom around out of having an anxiety attack or something?
Her own little cove of solitude. And Tostada hid in the dark under the dusty seat. After a few hours with not a single
he was scared, or she was scared. I forgot. Tostada was scared. Poor cat. Poor Tostada.
peep or sign of life, I decided to drag Tostada out from under the chair, both to try and convince her to sit with the rest of us, and also do a wellness check for my own sake.
Right.
I peeled her out from the floor, and oh my god, are you crying? Tostada's humongous eyes were wet and glossed over, and she had a single tear running down her cheek. This poor thing was so heartbroken over the car ride, she was defying her biology and crying tears of sorrow. This absolutely was the worst day of Tostada's life.
Yeah.
She will never be able to understand how lucky she is that the worst thing to ever happen to her is a ride in the car. After a while, she did start.
Yeah, that is true. That is. Yeah, because from my knowledge, the worst things to have ever happened to Tostada, taking 2 pills a day for a week and a ride in the car. But still, poor Tostada, though.
Emerging to look out the window and wander a bit before going back under for a few more hours. Maybe she was just checking if she'd somehow been magically teleported back home before slinking back under the chair to wallow. But at least she wasn't crying alone on the floor anymore. The sun started setting and the day was fading away as we drove onwards until... Hi, Tostada.
Hello.
What's got you climbing around and exploring? Oh my god, she's brave at night, even in the car. I just do not know what comes...
Alright, just... Gotta flip the switch, the nighttime switches come up, and then all fear, gone, erased, it's gone.
Over Tostada at night. At this point, I don't think there's a single thing she'll back down from as
Probably.
long as the moon and stars...
What was that?
At this point,
that
I
the
don't think there's
Spinosaur?
a single thing she'll back...
That's a Spinosaurus. And that's, yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's for alligator. I don't know what this is.
Down from as long as the moon and stars are out. She was hopping around to all the windows, even though she couldn't see anything because it was all pitch black now. Happily.
Yeah, now she's all happy and shit once it turns nighttime. There we go. All right, so there's the strat. Drive at night.
Climbed over to the passenger seat to sniff around, started meowing and chatting up a storm, kept trying to weasel her way into my lap to take a closer look at the gas.
Oh god!
Despite me knowing everything about this cat, every habit, every trait, every quirk, downloaded and forever locked into my mind, I just don't understand how. How is she her own being? She has her own little consciousness in that smaller than
Tostada is Tostada. That's how. All right.
An average skull of hers that makes her live her own life and makes her own decisions, even though they're very dumb. She shares the same world I do, and yet she digests it so differently. How can a creature like her even exist? And how did I get so fortunate to be the one that has her? Tostada experiences so many pointless fears and harmless anxieties that are gonna stick with her until her final days. But her unwavering happiness and joy pierces through all of it.
Oh, now that brings the question: how does Tostada react to the Tostada plushie at night? Then, if Tostada, all fear inside of Tostada just goes at night. Now I'm curious. Have we tried that yet? Probably not.
And it makes me so proud knowing I'm the one that's giving her this perfect little life. Every day I think about how lucky I am to have the perfect cat made for me. No one else could possibly understand and treasure her more. Tostada was simply meant to be mine. And we make each other so happy.
Oh. How adorable.
If you haven't seen, the new merch is still technically available. We worked hard to put together a really fun lineup of new Tostada and Ari
like this picture right here, Tostada and Frasier. They just look like they're judging you.
Plush keychains, Hawaiian shirt, beach towel, and fanny pack. It all goes away on August 10th, which as of right now, if you're me posting this video, is in a few days. So you should probably run over to JaidenAnimations.com right now if you're even thinking about grabbing anything. Just a peek won't hurt, right? Thanks as always for watching. I hope you enjoyed me just talking about my pitiful little cat again. I will tell her that you all say hello.
Oh god. Tostadas are here being like, why would you do this? Why? Why did you do this to... You know, I just realized the carpet of Tostada. Now I want to know how this went out the first time. How did Tostada react to the Tostada carpet?
All right, bye-bye.
Alright, this was a good video. I like this. This was adorable. This was a good video. I thought it was really good. It was adorable and cute at times as well. And yeah, Tostada is Tostada. Not much else to say with that. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna go and end the video now. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, check out the original and JaidenAnimations. Both will be linked in the description below. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff because it helps out a lot. And it's very much appreciated. And I hope you all have a good day. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.